your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
あれ、ここはイシャールの塔で合図を送って、それでここ、どこだ
Back in the wilds, of course. I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and I have just bandaged your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
いや、全然覚えてないよ。それより、戦は、王はどうなった
The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
友達アリスターのことか
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
アリスターは、怪我とかしてないか
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
アリスターは大事な人たちを亡くしたんだ。その言い方はひどいよ。
And you think they would encourage his blubbering? If so, they are not the sort of Grey Wardens the legends note.
確かにそうだけど、ところで、どうして君のお母さんが俺たちを助けたんだ
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
いちいちごもっともで、俺も一応、貴族なんだけど。
I stand corrected.
あのダークスポーンの群れからどうやって助け出したんだ
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
よく覚えてないけど、君の母親ならやりそうだよ。他に生存者はいなかったのか
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
そうか。王国軍の兵や集まった人たちはもう。なぜロゲイン公爵は王を見捨てたんだ
I do not know who this Logain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
そうだな、話してくれてありがとう。
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
もう、俺と、アリスターだけか。ダンカンも失って、俺たちはどうしたらいいんだ
このスープ最高。濃厚でクリーミー。冷えた体が温まりますね。
ジュンのことすっかり忘れてた。って、何してんだ
モリガンさんって料理上手だな。
ジュン、無事だったんだな。
メイザー、やっと目が覚めたんだね。
お前もモリガンの母親に助けられたのか
いや、置いてかれそうになったけど、大きな鳥さんの尾っぽにしがみついたの。僕初めて空を飛んだよ。
それは、大変だったね。
メイザー、大丈夫
俺は大丈夫だけど、ケイラン王や、ダンカン、それにたくさんの人たちが死んでしまった。
ロゲイン公爵、なんでみんなを置いて退却したんだろうね。
わからない。けど、どんな理由があっても、公爵のしたことは間違ってるよ。
そうだよね、間違ってる。これからどうするの
モリガンのお母さんに話を聞いて決めるよ。
そうだ、メイザーもスープ食べない美味しいよ。
いや、いらない。それ、きっと魔物の内臓や、とても口に出して言えないものが入ってるよ。
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
俺は大丈夫。心配してくれてありがとう。
This doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not? I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
そう言われても、ダンカンもいないし、俺たちより力のある誰かに、任せた方がいいんじゃないか。
メイザー、なんてこと言うの？
Of course. Someone else will realize what needs to be done and act in time and with sufficient sense to solve the problem. No need for you.
But we were fighting the Darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Logain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
アーチデイモン。
ダークスポーンを動かしている、ドラゴンの姿をした怪物だね。教会によると、創造主に代わって、自分たちが真の神だと主張したために、創造主の怒りを買い、地下に幽閉された古代神たちだよ。ダークスポーンによって眠りから覚めた古代神は、汚れてしまい、アーチデイモンになったらしい。このブライトは4体目の古代神が目覚めたために起きたんだ。
そんな脅威が迫っているのに、なぜロゲイン公爵は王を裏切ったんだ？
The throne? He's the queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eman knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
イーモン伯って、レッドクリフの伯爵の？
マリク王の妻、ローアン王妃の兄。つまり、ケイラン王の叔父にあたる人だね。
I suppose. Al-Eman wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
レッドクリフの伯爵と知り合いなのか。でもロゲイン公爵だってみんなから尊敬されているよ。
The Owl would never do what Tan Logain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al-Eman's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself. Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eman, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
もしかして、できるかも。
ちょっと希望が見えてきたね。
きっとそれが、グレイウォーデンがすべきことだよ。
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
僕らがやらなきゃ、誰がやる？
ダンカンみたいになれるかはわからないけど、やってみるよ。フレメス、いろいろありがとう。
No, no, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve? Or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
モリガンが一緒に？
魔導士がいると心強いね。
それよりこんな綺麗な女性が仲間なら、旅が楽しくなるな。
そう言うと思ったよ。
素晴らしいアイデアです。
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
もちろん、モリガンは任せてください。
単純だな。
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
娘を差し出すんだもの。
責任重大だな。フレメス、了解したよ。
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
そんな、黙っているなんてもったいない。思ったことはどんどん言ってほしいよ。仲良くなったらぜひお茶でも。
お前はそればっかりだな。
Haha, you will regret saying that.
Dear sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
連れてくよ。もう決まったんだ。
いつになく強気だな。
今はどんな手助けも欲しいし。
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
モリガンってフレメスさんと本当に親子なのかな？
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
荒野の外には出たことがあるか？
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
可愛い子には旅をさせよ。
俺の両親も外の世界を見せたがっていたな。ところで、その北の村ってどんなところなんだ？
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your imperial highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
あまり教会の周りをうろつかない方がいいな。
魔導士ってだけで目をつけられるからね。
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
アリスター、失礼だぞ。気にしないで、料理は俺がするから。
メイザーの料理って味ないからえや。
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
モリガンは料理上手だと思うな。
よし、先に進もう。
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
パーティーが4人になったね。
ああ、俺とデインと。
アリスターとモリガン。
戦士2人に魔導士とローグでバランスはいいけど。
アリスターとモリガンって仲悪そう。
元テンプル騎士と野良の魔導士じゃ。どうしたって相性悪いよね。
頑張れ、メイザー。
俺の味方はデインだけか。それじゃあ、ロザリングに行って聞き込みだ。
フェレルデンの地図だね。
今いるのがコカリ荒野のフレメスの小屋。
ロザリングはマップの中央、ここから北だね。
右上がオートのアルデネリムで。
アリスターの言ってたイーモン博が治める。レッドクリフは左の大きな湖の下の方だね。
ちなみに俺の故郷のハイエバーは北海岸のそば。この辺だよ。
では、大帝国街道を北に進んで。
ロザリングへ。
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess that fellow is the leader.
They don't look much like them others. You know, maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, was that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
困っている人たちからお金を取るなんて、最低の奴らだね。メイザー、どうする？
払うつもりはないし、そもそも金欠でそんなお金持ってないよ。
ああ、そうなんだ。
Ah, and if I don't believe you, how do we solve this predicament?
こうなったらやるしかないね。
何を？
叩きのめしてやるのさ。
ジョンって意外と物騒な性格なんだな。
それか、僕らはグレイボーデンだって脅せば、震え上がって通してくれるかも。
それって悪人のすることじゃ？
ほら、言って。
俺たちはグレイボーデンだ。戦って死にたいのか。
Did he say he's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Logain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But aren't them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
王を殺したってどういうことだ？
わからないけど、ロゲイン公爵が嘘をついているのかも。
村の人が何か知っているかも。
それよりこいつらどうする？人々から巻き上げたお金、返してもらおうよ。
でも。
グレイボーデンは寄付を募ることができるから。
そうなの？じゃあ。グレイボーデンは寄付を募ることができる。意味はわかるよな？
You don't say.
They is really good, boss. Remember?
Well, yes. 20 silvers? That's all we've collected today.
よし。
寄付をありがとう。
Then take it. Do enjoy your stay in Lothering and all that.
追いはぎから追いはぐなんて聞いたことないよ。
そう？でもこれで奴らも懲りたんじゃない？ついでに村の責任者に悪い奴がいますって、報告しておこうね。
どっちが悪人かわからなくなってきた。
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
早速喧嘩してるね。
勘弁してくれ。
僕は聞いてて面白いけどな。
アリスター、何か言いたいことが？
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
俺、ずっと気になってることがあって、兄さんを探したいんだ。きっとまだ生きてるから。
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying that it is foolish to mount a rescue when you have no notion where this man is and the wilds are overrun with darkspawn. You will either find him somewhere outside the wilds with other survivors, or not at all.
確かに、モリガンの言う通りかもしれない。生きていればもう荒野にはいないだろうし。
メイザー。
このまま旅を続ければ、どこかで会えるかもしれない。
ファーガスさんもメイザーを探してるかもしれないしね。
アリスター、君はこれからどうすべきだと思う？
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
いや、まだ読んでない。
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
そうだな、確実に軍を集めないと、ダークスポーンに対抗できない。
アリスターがイーモン伯爵と知り合いなら、話が早いしね。
イーモン伯爵とはどこで会える？
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
決まりだね。
まずはレッドクリフに行って、イーモン伯爵に協力を要請しよう。
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
ケイラン王もダンカンさんもいないけど。
俺たちは限られた選択肢の中で、仲間を集めるしかない。この村でまず、必要な物資と情報を集めよう。
モリガンを仲間に加えたメイザーたちは、物資と情報を求めて、ロザリングに立ち寄った。そこで彼らが遭遇したのは、ダークスポーンの襲撃から逃れてきた、避難民たちの集団と、新しい仲間との出会いだった。大殺しの濡れ衣を着せられた一行は、孤独な戦いを続ける。次回、ドラゴンエイジオリジンズ、ロザリング。君の歩いた道が、伝説となる。